Hi, welcome to the Coffee Hour, a show that involves you in verbal interaction. Sports with Brian Camp. So settle in with coffee in hand and enjoy the Coffee Hour. Now here's your host, Frank Allan.
TGIF, you know what day it is. It's Friday, and welcome aboard once again, everybody. We thank you so much for being along with us. Here we are gathered once again on a Friday morning, and we gathered around the breakfast table, the coffee hour, and the place, what we call the water cooler. I say the coffee hour, but those coffee machines are there. But mentioning coffee hour, that's the name of the show, and we're with you here for a whole full hour. We're here every Friday at this time. So look at your clocks, because you may be in a different time zone right now. Whatever time that you have on your clock, that's what time we come on your area each Friday morning. We're so glad to have you aboard with us. We have so many things to talk about. And for those of you who have been around with us for a very long time, we thank you so much for putting up with us for all of these years. And for those of you who are new, well, this is how it works. I'm the host of the show, and allow me to introduce myself. My name is Frank Allan, and what we're going to do right now is set up everything. And while I'm doing that, you have the opportunity right now to get involved in the show, because that's what we want you to do, right? How do you do that? Well, if you have a computer, a cell phone, a tablet, or any kind of electrical equipment that has a keyboard and a screen that you could watch us, well, all you have to do is let your fingers do the walking on the keyboard, type in whatever you want to talk about, and I'll see you right there on the big screen. And of course, I will acknowledge you, all of your questions, your thoughts, and whatever you have to say. And we can do that because that's what the show is all about. It's free exchange and ideas of opinions. And if you have anything in particular that you want to talk about outside what we set up, you can do that as well. All you have to do is just type it in there. As I said, I'll see it, and then we'll entertain it, because it may be important to all of us. And so we want to make sure that we get your conversation in as well. And that goes for everybody who's been around for a long time. Remember that we're coming on 3 different platforms. We're on live. We're right here on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. And wherever you're watching, this doesn't matter as long as you're there. And we hope that you can spend the full hour with us. If not, whatever time you can spend with us would be appreciated. But we hope the case is that you'll be able to spend the whole hour with us, with so many things to talk about, including your topics as well. And those of you who are watching us for the very first time, and even you guys who have been watching us for a long time, take the time right now to tag your friends if you're watching us on Facebook. If you're watching us on Facebook, tag, if not all of your friends, some of your friends, you know, they want to get involved in the show. You can do that. They'll see that tag coming from you. They'll know it's you. They'll trust you. All they have to do is click onto the tag, and it brings them directly to us. All right. And they can join in the conversation as well. Because remember, if they like what they see, if they like what they hear, of course, they'll come back again and again. And we hope that they do. And so please do that right away. It doesn't cost you any time at all. It's just a matter of tagging them. And they'll get in, they'll see me, they'll see you, and they can conversate with everybody else. And anyone that comes into the room, you could talk to them as well. Right? So it's just as simple as that. And for those of you who are watching us on YouTube, I always encourage you to go into our YouTube channel and subscribe to us, right? Now, if you're there right now, it just takes a second. Not even. All you have to do is just drag your mouse over there, right where it says subscribe, and click onto it with the arrow pointing at it. That's all it takes. Just that amount of time is all it takes. And the reason why we want you to do that is because we want to see how many people are actually following us, how many people are on our list as subscribers. And the second reason that it benefits you for the mere fact that whenever we come on live and you happen to be online, or even if whatever activity we're performing on the site, it gives you that instant notification letting you know that something's going on. Let's say, for instance, you're here for the first time and you want to come back and watch the show, but you forgot all about the show when it came on, okay? And an instant message popped up and it already told you that we were on the air live or there's something going on. All you have to do is click onto that and it's right there. Simple as that. And I couldn't explain it any more than that. So please do that right away. Subscribe to us, tell your family and friends, your relatives, and get everybody involved in the show. For those of you who are watching us on Instagram, there's no need to do anything further than what I just told you, because all you have to do is just keep telling your friends, except for the people who are watching us on YouTube and Instagram. You can do exactly what the people on Facebook are doing. They tag their friends. Now, we're doing it a different way here. All right. If whatever platform that you're on, whether it's YouTube or Instagram, cut and paste the link and send it to your friends. That's a form of tagging, right? You can do that. That's all you have to do. Just cut and paste the link and send it to them, and they'll see it and they'll click onto it, and it brings them directly to where you are. And we could say hello to them just as well. Remember, all of the views and the opinions expressed on this show, the Coffee Hour, does not necessarily reflect the view or the opinion of the people of Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Zoom, or any other social media outlet or broadcast facility. So there we have it. We got everything out of the way. So why don't we get into the show right now, and let's start raising our cups, because ladies and gentlemen, what would the coffee hour be without a little coffee? So excuse me while I shoot up. Oh, that's delish. Delicioni. Gonna have a little more a little later on. Uh, I hope that you're enjoying your coffee or tea or orange juice or whatever your beverage is right now of choice, and enjoy it with us and stay with us for the whole full hour. We've got coming up a lot of things going on. We, of course, like to contact with you, and while you're getting set, posting whatever you want to say with us. In the meantime, I must tell you that we do our own little thing too. In just a few minutes from now, within this particular half hour, we've got Brian Camp from Charlotte, North Carolina. He's going to be joining us in just a few minutes from now, because he's going to bring us the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update. There's a lot to talk about in sports. You already know that. And he's going to be here with that. And if you'd like to take the opportunity to ask him any questions that's sports related, please feel free. It's open forum here, and he'll be able to answer the questions. If not, if he doesn't have the answer at that particular point, he will get them for you. He'll tell you about it when he gets here. So we have a lot of sports coming up. That's good. And later on in the program, before the show is over, I have those movies, those picks of the week that I always have for you, right? Now, each weekend that comes about, which is coming up right away, for you, if you're working right now, maybe about 4 or 5 o'clock this afternoon, you'll be off and running and headed toward the weekend. And so with that, we have that information for you. And if by any chance you have a fellow friend around that's watching, get them involved as well. Okay, so we want to tell you that it's all free. It's a free form situation. So we want you to get involved with us as well. But if you're watching us, remember that we're coming live from New York. That's where we originate. That's where we come from. I must tell you that too. We're coming live from New York City. So you may be coming from a different part of the country, a different part of the world. We're everywhere. We're global. So that takes care of everything. Okay. It is the coffee hour. Excuse me one more time, folks. This is delicious. That's so nice. So get your questions ready when Brian come in. And as getting back to the movies I was telling you about, I have the picks of the week. All right. And I do that each weekend. So I get those movies that I pick out for you. I just want to add them to your bucket list of what to watch, because if you're watching movies, or if you intend to watch some old movies or catch up on some movies this weekend, other than what you normally do, there's a lot of things you can do. You can go streaming, you can go on cable, but I just want to add a couple of movies to your bucket list. So that's all coming up, and it's all coming up this hour right here on the Coffee Hour. And guess what? We're at the very first month of November. The 1st, that's what this is. Good morning to Warren Dantzler coming out of Greensboro, North Carolina. Howdy, howdy, howdy. And thank you so much for being here. I can always depend on a lot of people coming here and coming in and to you too. But a lot of things, we've got the situations coming up. By the way, if you have any aspirations of getting online and talking to us too, I really would appreciate that. Give us your weather forecast wherever you are. I'm going to give you mine later on, but give us your weather forecast. It doesn't have to be a full-blown weather forecast, just something that's summarized like Warren just did. Warren just told us out of Greensboro, North Carolina, he has presently 69 degrees outdoors. It is cloudy and it is rain lightly in that area. All right. And that's all. That's all it takes. So I got that. And for the rest of you around the country, around the world, you come in and enjoy conversation. That's something that's not mandatory, but we always ask, give us your weather forecast and let us know what's happening. And so we can compare notes. Now, those of you who live in the vicinity of New York City or around the surrounding areas, you don't have to worry about that because I will handle all of that. I'll take care of that. So, hey, you already dodged a bullet. Okay. All of you guys from New York, New York. Okay. And so we got all of that coming up. And I already said it's the 1st of November. And November is a good month with past October. Last night, I'm pretty sure last night, an abundance of people participated in Halloween. We had Halloween as 31st of October, which is always Halloween. And the kids, they come out, they're looking for tricks or treats. Preferably treats, right? So you give them candy, people give out candy and things like that. It's all over now, and we're into a brand new month of November, which means we've got things that we celebrate for the month of November. A lot of things that we celebrate for the month of November. First off, I got to tell you this, and this is dear to my heart. All month long, I'm going to be talking about this each week as the month continues to ride out. It's a National Native American Heritage Month. Now, that's close to me, being of having a Native American background. That's very important to me, but that's what we're celebrating all month long. It's National Native American Heritage Month. And for those of you who share that with me, let us know if there are anything that you're celebrating, any events that's going down in the Native American communities, and outside of it as well. Wherever you are, if you have that Native American blood, even just a little bit, you celebrate. And you don't even have to have Native American blood. You can celebrate with us as well. All right. So that's what we're celebrating all month long, starting today, National Native American Heritage Month. Also, on top of that, we're celebrating American Indian Heritage Month. Now, it's a distinction here. Native American, an American Indian, that's a distinction, right? So we're celebrating that too, all right? A lot of things are happening, right, in the Indian and Native American community. Again, if you have any kind of activities going along you want to talk about or talk history about Native Americans or the American Indian heritage, feel free. We would love to talk about that, okay? Also, I have to put this in as well. And I do this out of respect because we're celebrating Military Family Month. And all month long, we're going to be celebrating that. All month long. Military, we want to give our props to the military and their family. Why? Because the military have done so much for this country. So this is a month that's set aside where we pay homage to the military and their families. That's Military Family Month. That's happening too. Okay, on the health scene, you have National PPSI AIDS Awareness Month. Okay, so we want to put that out there as well. AIDS has been around for a long time. People are dealing with it the best way they can, but we just want to make note of that, make you aware of that awareness. That's National PPSI AIDS Awareness Month. That's going down too. Also, it's National Diabetes Month. Okay, for all of you who may suffer that, or someone that suffers that, we want to make awareness of that too. We could talk about that. We could talk about that all right throughout the show. Also, it's National Alzheimer's Disease Month. Okay, you have a loved one who's battling that. Please, this is what we're talking about right here. We're actually opening, shining a light on this. Because that's what's happening. We're shining a light on it because we want everyone to know about that. So there you go for Alzheimer's disease. Now, by the way, since we're in a health situation, we want to talk about if you haven't had a chance to get your flu and COVID vaccinations. Well, I want to tell you, they're available now. They're available right now, and you must get yours. All right. We want you to get yours. It's available to you. All you have to do is go to your pharmacist, right, and let them know that you want it. Now, you can do it two ways. You can either take it both at the same time. It's available. You can take both shots at the same time, the flu and the updated COVID-19 vaccination, or you could split it up. But the most important thing is to get it done and get it done quick, because the weather is getting cold. And as you know, as far as the COVID situation goes, spikes come up when it gets colder. And so you want to be well protected. Yes, there is an updated version of the COVID-19 vaccination. And of course, the flu vaccination and COVID vaccinations are going to be here forever from now on, just like with the flu shots. So you can take them both at the same time, or you can separate them, but make your appointment and go there and make sure that you take and once you make the appointment, keep the appointment. That's very important, very important. Now we got 4 days left, 4 days left to that glorious day, that marvelous day, that election day. That's what we have, 4 days left. And so it's time for you to get out and vote. It's still early voting is still underway. I know we started early voting in New York City already. We started that last Saturday. And I think Sunday is going to be, or Monday. What's today? Today is Friday. I think Sunday will be the last day. Sunday is going to be the last day for early voting. So if you want to vote early, get out there and vote now before that time is over. There may be some areas where voting is already done. All right, early voting is already done. But for in the other cities, you may have early voting and you want to get it out of the way, you can do that too. Also, if you have your ballot that you intend to put into the mailbox at this particular time, please don't do that. What I want you to do with that is either drop it into a ballot box, not the mailbox. Don't put it through the mail, either in a ballot box. And if you're not good with that, take it to your local board of elections, wherever that may be in your area. I don't have the addresses for that for you, but you could find that out by going online and checking it out wherever it is. Take it with you, call them up, and then make some kind of arrangements, but do it quick, because election day is the 5th. After all of that is done, the 5th is the only day that you have left. And if you had lost your ballot or something, don't worry about it. If there's still early voting, do it right away. But you have the last chance to do it, which will be November 4th, which is November 5th, which is Tuesday. That's coming up this Tuesday. So keep that in mind, because after that, it's all over. Because next week, when we come on the air on this show, we're going to have a brand new president. We're going to find out who that is. The story will be told on the following day, after Election Day. The story will be told then, and we'll find out what's going to be happening. Okay? So make it a point to do that. Make it a point to do that. Okay. I want to remind you, there's a... I hope Brian mentions it in his sports show when he comes in. But there's in New York City, there's a Sunday marathon coming up. All right. So runners will be out in full force. They're getting ready to do that. And we're going to be looking forward to that. I hope you'll be talking about that. We'll remind you about that later. Also, set your clocks back 1 hour this weekend as well. So much to do. 1 hour, Sunday. When the clock strikes 2 o'clock on Sunday morning, set it back 1 hour, you get an extra hour of sleep, okay? So we'll be looking forward to that. Okay, I'm going over to Charlotte, North Carolina. This is unusual because he usually comes on with his name there, but I know it's him. Brian Camp with the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update. And if you have any questions that's sports related, feel free, and he'll give you all the answers. Brian, I think you ought to turn your camera right side there. Now that looks a little better. That looks a little better because you were like
a little cuckoo, right?
Yeah. How you doing? You on your usual what? Your iPad or computer? You're not on that. You're on your iPhone.
I'm actually on my phone, so that's why I couldn't I'm at home right now, but I'm doing remote work.
Oh, okay.
So I'm on the road, but
Yeah,
I'm in Charlotte, but I'm on the road though and
yeah,
everything. So I
yeah.
just want to drop by. Good morning to you and everybody out there who listen globally, nationally, and locally. It is happy Halloween the day after.
Yeah.
It is great that is over. I mean, no so much fireworks. You would think it was the 4th of July, but I'm glad that this is over with, and I'm glad that we're back to normal. So we're here on the first day of November. Okay, let's hear it up for all the November birthday people. Let's give them a hand. So, but it is here in the Queen City of Charlotte, North Carolina. It is 59 degrees, going up to 78. Hope all is well. And when I get to the sports, congratulations to the LA Dodgers. Reluctantly to say, but yeah, they have won the eighth World Series, and I'm going to say congratulations to them. They, give them credit. They came to they came to the Big Apple twice. They won in the National League Championship Series and won in the World Series. They had to play the Mets to get to the World Series, and then they beat their arch rival Yankees, their fourth time beating the Yankees in the World Series. The Yankees had a lot of physical and mental mistakes in the World Series, especially in that last game. Even the fans was like acting out of acting really weird, grabbing the players in the stands and trying to catch a foul ball, which I do not blame fans at all because anything that's hit into the stands is fair game. So if a player is going up there to try to get them or get the ball, then the fans have every right to get that ball. The thing I did not like was for the fans trying to break the Mookie Betts' arm and trying to pry the ball away. That's one thing, but to hold his other arm and try to rip it away. Now, me as a Giant fan, a San Francisco Giant fan, if that was me, I would do the same thing too. I would have try to do the same thing, but not to get to the extent that it'd be that physical. But they were barred for Game 5. They were not allowed to come back, and but all is well. So, but congratulations to them. Bob Costas, after 42 years, is retired from baseball play-by-play. Costas has done games in the past couple of seasons for MLB Network and TBS Sports. His final games were the American League Division series between the Yankees and the Royals. But Costas made it known that he was doing this here within a year that he was going to retire. He's an advocate baseball fan, a big time Mickey Mantle fan. If you've seen documentaries in the past, you see that he had talked about it. He had something to do with that documentary, but now he is the voice, one of the great voices of all time for Major League Baseball. He's not retiring totally, but we do know for sure for baseball, he is not coming back to do any more games. So whatever he decides to do, maybe to lighten up his schedule, that's fine too. So we applaud him. Super Bowl winning coaches Tom Coughlin, Mike Holmgren, Mike Shanahan, and Joy Seifert are four of the finalists of the 14 semifinalists who's going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. That will come out soon. These are legendary coaches. Tom Coughlin won two Super Bowls. Mike Holmgren won one. Mike Shanahan won two. And Joy Seifert had won two. I think he won two himself as well, too. So they're the semifinalists going into hopefully into the Hall of Fame. Wish them the best. This day in sports, 1950, Chuck Cooper is the second. Now there's been confusion between who was the first African American to play in the NBA. Well, I cleared it up. Last night I said that Earl Lloyd was the first African American to play in the NBA. He played the game on this very day, on the 31st of 1950. He was the first. Chuck Cooper was the second. Now remember, every team plays differently on different days of their opening season. He played the second game, which is November 1st, and one day later, like I said, Earl Lloyd, who made his debut. So he was the second. That's history in the making. 1951, Brooklyn Dodgers catcher Roy Campanella wins his first of three National League MVPs. 1959, Hall of Fame running back Jim Brown runs for 5 touchdowns in Cleveland's 38-31 win over the Colts. Sticking with Jim Brown, 1964, runs for 149 yards. Is the first player to exceed 10,000 rushing yards. 1966, LA Dodgers pitcher Sandy Koufax becomes the first three-time Cy Young Award winner. That award is given out to being the best pitcher of that year. 1982, and a Major League Baseball owner vote not to renew Commissioner Bowie Coombs' contract. 1987, New York Jets NFL Hall of Fame wide receiver Don Maynard's jersey number 13 has been retired. 1994, the Chicago Bulls retired basketball legend Michael Jordan's number 23 in a 2-hour ceremony. 1988, Steve Young and Jim Rice hook up for their 80th touchdown, breaking the old record set by Dan Marino and Mark Clayton's record. The year 2000, Pat Riley becomes the second coach in NBA history to win 1,000 regular season games. 2010, the San Francisco Giants, my San Francisco Giants, wins the World Series in Game 5. It was the first World Series winning since relocating from New York City. Remember, they played in the Polo Grounds back in the late 1800s all the way up until 1958 when they moved to San Francisco. And birthdays today. Ted Hendricks, NFL Hall of Fame linebacker for the Oakland Raiders, was born in Guatemala City, Guatemala, 1960. Happy birthday to the late Fernando Valenzuela, who just recently passed away last week. He was a Major League Baseball Hall of Fame with Cy Young and Rookie of the Year award, was born in Mexico. And happy birthday to NBA coach on this day, 1970, Eric Spoelstra, NBA coach, two-time NBA champion for the Miami Heat, was born in Evanston, Illinois. And ladies and gentlemen, that is sports on a busy Friday going into the weekend.
Yeah. My eyes deceive me. Are you wearing a Yankee cap?
It's a New York City cap.
Oh, see, I thought I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were going to say that because people who are not Yankee fans, that's a Yankee emblem, whether you like it or not. A lot of people say, hey, I like that Yankee cap. It's a New York cap. If they're not Yankee fans, they say it's a New York cap.
Listen, I hate the Brooklyn Dodgers, but I got a Brooklyn Dodgers cap. That has a B on it, but that's for the honoring of Jackie Robinson.
Well, actually, you like the Brooklyn Dodgers. You don't like the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Yeah, I wasn't around for the Brooklyn Dodgers.
Is that fair?
Huh?
Is that fair to say that you like the Brooklyn Dodgers, but you don't like the Los Angeles?
I wasn't born when the Brooklyn Dodgers left. I wasn't born. They left in 1958.
Yeah,
I can't say that, but I do with it out of respect for Jackie Robinson and the borough of Brooklyn where I was born and raised.
yeah. I know a lot of kids are wearing those caps, those Brooklyn Dodger caps. I don't own one. I'm gonna get one. The only cap that I own is this replica of an old cap that the peanut vendors used to wear when they used to sell peanuts in the stands, and back of the cap is number 42.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
That's as close as I can get. I have two of those caps. I have a number 32 cap, which belongs to Sandy Koufax.
Sandy Koufax, yeah.
They gave me Sandy Koufax number first, and I went in there. I said, do you have number 42 in there? And just so happens they did. And I grabbed it.
Yeah.
I was doing radio. We used to get the perks and things.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Well, now look, baseball is over now. The Yankees are gone. In a bad way, but they're gone, and everything will be back to normal. Back, as you said last night in February, they'll come back, and maybe they'll do it all over again. This time around, we'd like to see the Mets and the Yankees do the World Series together because they haven't done one since 2000. They haven't been together since 2000.
It's
So
gonna be hard because there's so many, good teams that's gonna be fighting.
yeah,
Um, I would like to see the San Francisco Giants in, you know. Um, they may have to play the Mets to get to the World Series, but the Philadelphia Phillies. You got other great teams that's in the National League and in the American League. It's hard to get what you want when two rivals are going to go face to face. It's not like in the old days where we knew who were clear cut favorites in the National League and in the American League.
yeah,
Now that is the parity is so equal now with teams is in every sport now. So it's hard to have to say who's going to be there, who's a clear cut favorite. We don't have that anymore.
yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, I know you got to run, but before you do, because you're on a different, you're on your iPhone today, so you can't see who's out there. But Warren is out there today, watching.
Hello, cousin. How are you doing? Hope all is well, and you and the family, and hopefully you enjoying your TV box like I am, and everybody else. Yeah.
I find out about that TV box. I got to explore that because
Once you get that TV box, your life will never be the same. You will enjoy home for like the rest of your life.
Warren just responded to you, says hello, cuz. So there you go.
No,
I have to pass the word around back and forth to you today because you don't see anyone today. But that's
right.
today. Okay, I know you gotta go. I don't want to take up too much of your time. And we'll catch you back here next week on at that particular time. When we come back next week, there's gonna be a president.
Don't forget to vote.
That's
I'm very serious. I don't want to hear no complaints. Okay.
not,
I'm not going to tell you who I'm voting for or who I'm not voting for. I just love women, but I'll leave it just like that. But make sure you get out there and vote. Vote, vote, vote.
well,
It's your duty to vote.
well, whoever the president is gonna be, she's gonna do a good job.
I think so too. Yes.
I say she because I don't know if the other one is well, you know something, I was gonna tell a joke, but I don't think I'm gonna go there.
No,
I don't
no,
think I'm gonna
no,
go there. But
no.
and I think you knew what I was gonna say, right?
I know what you're going to say. I heard about the comments from that was made last night, and it's
I'm not gonna
just
go there. I'm not
it's sad. It is really sad, and I
sad.
just
It is
you
sad.
know, but you know what? You got to, regardless how we feel about that particular person, we still have to pray for that individual as well too.
Are there any more prayers left? Well, no, I shouldn't say that.
And don't no. We are better than that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you know,
Sometimes I lose control of myself, so
yeah, that's okay.
if I'm out of line, you, Brian, and anybody who watches, if I ever get out of line, let me know, because sometimes I start to lose it. My emotions get a little bit too high and I start to lose it. And I don't want to do that.
Totally understand. Yeah. But don't forget to vote. Everybody, please go out there and vote. It's your duty to vote. Okay. Because many people in the past weren't able to vote. People of color were not able to vote.
Yeah.
Our ancestors died and sacrificed so we can vote. I'm not going to get too political, but you get the point. Go out there and vote. And that's for everybody, every nationality, every color. Vote.
Well, that being said, make sure you do the right vote because there may be a possibility that this will be the last time we vote. All right. So
That's right.
Think about that.
Right.
Okay, Brian, have a great weekend. We'll talk to you.
Take care now.
Okay, take care. That's Brian Camp, ladies and gentlemen, with the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update. He's with us each week at this time, and he'll be back with us next week. And he's also on Talkback Live, which we'll talk about a little later on in the program on how you can catch up with us on that one. So thank you, Brian, for that. And again, Warren, thank you for being along with us. He loves that sports box, that TV box. I gotta explore that, because sports, these days. Remember how sports you can turn on your TV and you can watch sports anywhere. It's not that way today, because your favorite football team, my favorite football team, is not on regular TV anymore. It's not on regular TV anymore. And a lot of these good games that you look forward to are not on regular TV anymore, not even on cable anymore. And they tend to go on some of the streamers like Paramount Plus, and things like that, and Peacock and all of these things. So, people are making the switch. People still stick with their cable, but at the same time, they're adding something because some people like to keep the cable, but they want to add on a few more things that they can't normally get on cable or regular TV. It's okay to have cable. Believe it or not, I still have my cable, but I just add a few more things to it because some of the things that I may not be able to get on cable, I could stream someplace else. So that's the good thing about this whole thing. If you're just joining us, the name of the show is called The Coffee Hour, and we're going to be with you for the balance of the hour. And those of you who are watching, of course, if you have anything to say at all, please feel free. We would love to hear from you. I love to address all of you personally, just like I do with Warren and other people that come in. I just want to say hi. But if you choose not to, that's okay too. You just want to sit back and relax the show, that's okay too. But I ask you, if you're going to join in conversation, give us the opportunity to know what kind of weather that's happening in your area. You could be on the other side of the world, on a different part of the country, or different parts of the United States, and everyone doesn't have the same weather forecast. All right. And yours doesn't have to be a full-blown weather forecast. It could be a simple weather forecast. And we love to hear that. That's something that we always ask you to do. That's something that's not mandatory, but we like to compare notes all the time. That's what we do. And speaking of all of that, if you live in the vicinity of New York City or the surrounding area, don't have to worry about the weather in that area, because I'm going to take care of that for you, which I'm going to do right now. Okay, that's what I'm going to do right now, is read off the weather forecast for today in New York. We don't have a bad weather forecast in New York for this weekend. It's not bad at all. The temperatures will drop as the weekend progresses. So with that in mind, if it gets any frigid where you are, make sure that you get ready to pull out those mufflers and the heavy coats and things like that. Some people are getting early cold weather. We have 69 degrees right now, and this is what we have for the balance of the weekend. It's going to be a mix of sun and clouds for today. We'll have a slight chance of rain showers. We'll have a high around 78 degrees. Winds will be west at 10 to 20 miles per hour. For tonight, clear skies. We have a low around 50 degrees. Winds will be northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. For Saturday, it looks great. It looks great. The temperatures, it goes down because for tomorrow, Saturday in New York, it's going to be mostly sunny. We'll have a high 61 degrees. Winds will be northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And for that Saturday night, if you're going out or doing anything, going to dinner or whatever, clear skies, leave the umbrella home. Don't worry about it. Clear skies. We have a low 43 degrees and winds will be light and variable. And as we wrap up our Sunday, it's much more of the same as it is on Saturday. It's a day of rest. It's going to be mainly sunny and we'll have a high around 58 degrees. Winds will be light and variable. So that's what it looks like on the weekend circuit for us in New York. In the vicinity of New York, you don't have to worry about that. Weather's looking good. But for the rest of you who are going to join us, let us know what your weather forecast is in your particular area. We'd love to hear that. I want to say hello, good morning to Mary Reed out of Brooklyn, New York. She doesn't have to give us a weather forecast. She's out of Brooklyn, New York. Mary, it's good for you to drop by once again and enjoy a little coffee with the rest of us and enjoy the show. Yes, it is November. And, we've got a long road ahead of us because in this particular month, we're going to be celebrating Thanksgiving. Now, this is where we're starting to spend a little money. We're going to be starting to spend a little money now. All right. We're going to be starting to spend a little money because at the tail end of this month, Thanksgiving comes along. You're going to be spending time with your family. So who's ever doing the cooking, they're going to have to pay the price. Right? They're going to have to go out and get the turkey, the stuffing, the cranberry sauce, and all of that good stuff that traditionally that everyone loved for Thanksgiving. We're going to be spending a lot of money. So there we're going to have that. And shortly after that, at the tail end of the following month, Christmas comes along. And, when Thanksgiving is over, you're going to be seeing a lot of Christmas commercials Uh, yeah. No, it's okay. But you will see a lot of Christmas commercials. Hey, they're displaying Christmas commercials now. They did before Halloween, and now after Halloween is over, I'm pretty sure you're going to be seeing a lot of Christmas commercials before Thanksgiving even comes along. So get prepared, get ready, open your ears or close your ears. If you like Christmas music, open your ears. If you don't like it, close your ears. Whatever, it's on its way, like it or not, it's coming through. So let's keep all of that in mind. They're going to be spending a lot of money because this usually around this time of the season is when you shell out more money. You know that, right? And so, as I said, Thanksgiving, and a lot of people are going to be doing a lot of traveling too. If you're not doing anything locally, you have families in your local areas, or you have families that you may want to just say, hey, I don't want to stay in my local area. I want to get out of town and I want to enjoy Thanksgiving with my family elsewhere other than in your local area. A lot of people will be doing that. So airports are going to be crowded. A lot of trains are going to be crowded. Driving, I'm not going to even think about that. I don't even want to fathom the thought about driving anywhere out of town, anywhere. I just say, hey, just jump on a plane or a train and just and you don't have to worry about keeping your eye on the road or being stuck in traffic like that. But, if you have to drive, you know what to expect, So there you have it. Okay. Thank you so much for being along with us. Stay with us for the balance of the show. We've got so many things to talk about. And we want to talk them all over with you. Now, for those of you, again, who want to join us in conversation, please give us your weather forecast. I really love to hear from you, okay? All right. David Harris, the actor known for his role as Cochise in the 1979 cult classic The Warriors, has died. Harris died last Friday at his home in New York City after a long battle of cancer. He was 75 years old. Jerry Taylor, the Emmy-nominated producer, showrunner, director, and writer, known for her work on Star Trek: The Next Generation and Star Trek Voyager, which she co-created, died last Thursday. Taylor joined the Next Generation team during this fourth season in 1990. By the sixth season, she was promoted to co-executive producer alongside Rick Berman and Michael Piller. She then served as the series executive producer, showrunner for its seventh and final season, for which she earned an Emmy nomination for the Best Outstanding Series. She was 86 years old. Performer 50 Cent turned down a $3 million offer to perform at Donald Trump's controversial rally in New York's Madison Square Garden last Sunday. He revealed in an interview on the Breakfast Club radio show Tuesday morning. And during the segment of the interview, 50 Cent was asked directly by host DJ Envy whether it was true or not, whether Trump offered him money to endorse him, which he replied, yes. Okay. Actor Jay Johnston was sentenced to a year in prison for his involvement in the January 6th Capitol riot. Johnson, who was known for his role in Bob's Burger, Arrested Development, and other comedies, was sentenced to spend a year in jail on Monday. In July, he pleaded guilty to one felony charge of obstructing officers during a civil disorder. After his sentence, the actor will face 24 months of supervised release. And he's also ordered to pay a restitution of $2,000 and a special assessment of $100. Johnny Depp is reteaming with Penelope Cruz for a Hollywood comeback. Day Drinker, an upcoming thriller from director Mark Webb, will mark Depp's first major studio project since his controversial defamation trial against his ex-wife Amber Heard. The movie follows a cruise and ship bartender and mysterious day drinker who find themselves entangled in a criminal underbelly and connected in unexpected ways. Birthdays today, actress Jenny McCarthy is 42 years old. Singer Sophie B. Hawkins is 60. Country singer Lyle Lovett is 67. And Larry Flint, who is the publisher, the late Larry Flint, the publisher of Hustler magazine, would have been 82 today. And country singer Bill Anderson is 87 years old. So we say happy birthday to all who are living and the ones who are no longer with us. We salute you and wish you a happy birthday on your special day. And thank you so much for that. Now, those of you who may be celebrating birthdays, here's a brand new month. Your birthday may be coming sometime this month in November. We would like to hear from you. And if you want us to acknowledge your birthday, we would do that. We could acknowledge it now. If you're celebrating a birthday today, happy birthday to you. But you can do that, or you can get in contact with us. Be proactive. You can do that by a couple of sources that I have for you. One is an email address, and the other is a telephone number. So I have both, but I'm going to give you one at a time so you could digest and then go on to the next one. All right. So I'm going to give you the email address first. How about that? The email address is Frank Allan. Allan is spelled Allan. Allan. That's a very, very important detail because you can spell Allan different ways. That's Frank Allan Prod. Prod is Prod. That's short for Productions. Frank Allan Prod at AOL.com. That's Frank Allan Prod at AOL.com. If you prefer to call us, you can call us at 641-715-3900, extension 467-134. That's 641-715-3900, extension 467-134. Okay? Now, when you get a chance to get in touch with us, by one of those two sources, it doesn't matter which one, you can contact us and tell us again about your birthday, or if there's something else that you want to talk about. You want to talk about your show, or do you want to talk about implementing something nice into the show? You know, you have ideas about the show, you want to critique the show, which, by the way, we always encourage because we would like us to know where we stand with you and you with us. So you can do that. We're very thick skin around here. So unless, of course, you plan to do something undiplomatic, okay, now we don't handle that here. You know, just be nice about it, right? But other than that, we listen to you. So do that right away. Be proactive right away, and always keep all of that information with you. All right, and you can do that by your telephone. You can keep it in your phone. You can keep it in your laptop or your desktop. You know, all the stuff, the information that you find that's very important, you keep it with you, and you can't go wrong with your cell phone because you carry that everywhere you go, anywhere, right? You know, you ever walk out of your house and say, oh, there's something missing. I lost something. I'm missing something. It's your cell phone. It wasn't always that way, but it's that way today. Anyway, keep that information with you at all times on your cell phone, okay, your computer, all right? And whenever you need it, you'll have it right there for you, and you can get in touch with us. We're 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days out of the year, and we never sleep. So contact us whenever you can. Okay, I'll give you that email address once again. That email address is frankallanprod at AOL.com. That's frankallanprod at AOL.com. The telephone number is 641-715-3900, extension 467-134. That's 641-715-3900, extension 467-134. Yes, Mary, my birthday is this month. Thanks for reminding me, because I totally forgot about it. When you get a certain age in life, you don't want to think about it anymore, you know, because each year you get older and older and older. Yes, but yeah, my birthday is this month. As a matter of fact, it's the day after Election Day. And a marvelous birthday present would be just to have you guys along with me at all times, right? That's a marvelous birthday present. But if you want to go further, I wear a size 10 and a half shirt, you know. Oh, well, no, I was just joking. Yeah, but yeah, you're right, Mary. You're right. But thanks for reminding me. I need someone to remind me because I totally forget about it. And sometimes I purposely forget about it. All right. But, you know, it's always great to live a brand new year each year, because I always look forward to that. Anyway, just in case you're just joining us, the name of the show is called The Coffee Hour. And speaking of that, excuse me, guys, while I shoot up. That's delicious. How many of you guys feel the same way I do? You purposely forget about your birthday. You don't want anyone to know about it. How many guys? How many? Yeah. How many? How many? All right, all right. Maybe a few, maybe not all, but some. And some people look forward to it. I remember as a kid, I always looked forward to it because I said, I'm going to get birthday gifts. And the good thing about being born in the month of November, when I was a kid, I got birthday gifts. I got all kinds of gifts. And then the following month, Christmas came around. I got more gifts. They just kept on coming. They just kept on coming. Anyway, thank you so much for being with us here on the Coffee Hour. And those of you, again, who would like to indulge in conversation, we ask you to give us your weather forecast if you're outside of the New York area, because we'd like to keep notes on that. And just kind of figure out what it's like to have my weather compared to your weather. You know, it's not mandatory, but it's always nice to do that. Okay. You already know we've got 4 days left. All right. And this is the last time I'm going to tell you this. This is only my last time, because at the end of this show, it's all over. Because when we come back next week, election day, election time will be all over. We'll have a new president in the White House. All right. So this is the last time. I said it earlier during the broadcast, and I'm going to repeat it. We got 4 days left. Count them. Today's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Well, you got Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then Tuesday is coming along. Get out there and vote. Okay. There's still early voting. Get out there. If early voting is starting to wrap up now. So if there's still early voting in your area and you didn't vote yet, get out there right now. Right after this show is over, get out there right now to your polling place and vote. All right. If you're not in a rush, there's November 5th. That's the day. All right. Where everybody's going to have to take that last moment to vote. The polls close at 9 p.m. on election day. So you have from morning until night. After 9 p.m., it's all over. Don't think later, oh, you know, I could have, would have, should have. That's not going to kick it. Get out there and vote. You know, it's very important. All of you young people who have just turned 18 and you're voting for the first time, use that right for the very first time. You're men and women now. You know, you're no longer children. Get out there and use that right to vote, and get out there and vote for the candidate of your choice. It's very important. It's a crucial time right now. And we want to make sure that everybody's happy and get out there and make the right selection. That's what it's all about. All right. Those of you who are voting by ballot, don't go. Please do not drop it in the mailbox at this particular point. I said that earlier, but now it's just too close for comfort. Don't drop it in the mailbox. That's cutting it too close. Drop it in a ballot box, which is at your poll. It could be at your polling station. Drop it in the ballot box. If you're not good with that, then take it to your local board of election. All right. And drop it there. All right. Or don't drop it at all. Just wait till the 5th and vote. Now, I got to tell you, there are going to be a lot of long lines, but it's worth it. It's worth standing in those lines, you know, and don't do anything that you will feel sorry for. Don't say, oh, I should have. I had the opportunity to do it, but I didn't do it. Now it's too late. You don't want to be in that category. And again, so those of you who are holding ballots, if they're already filled out, don't drop it in the mailbox. Go to your polling station, wherever that is, drop it in a ballot box, or take it to your local board of election, wherever they are. Now, only you know that. All right. I don't live in your city, and we're all around, and we're broadcasting all around the world, all around the country. But in your city, you would have to go online and find out where your voting poll is, you know, and it's very simple. And once you find that out, then you utilize that information. All right. You go there, or you can call them. Now, for you people who live in New York, I have the information for you because we're coming out of New York City. So I do have the information for you New Yorkers. Again, this is the last time I'm going to give this out to you. This is the only time I have left. After it, no more. All right. The Board of Elections is in Manhattan. It's in New York City. It's located at 200 Varick Street. That's spelled Varick. That's Varick Street. 200 Varick Street. That's on the 10th floor, right? And you can go there and take your ballot. If you have it, take it with you. Take it there and drop it off there or into a ballot box, or call them. If you have any further information or any further questions about elections, call them. Do it now. Don't wait until tomorrow. All right? It's too late. This is the last time. Telephone number is 212-886-2100. One more time, 212-886-2100. Again, that's 200 Varick Street on the 10th floor. I'm finished with it. It's over. The rest is up to you. All right? Please go out there and vote. It's very important. Okay. This weekend, I hope that you get involved in this weekend, because this weekend, for those of you who want to stay away from it, I don't blame you. All right. This weekend in New York City, all right, we've got the New York City Marathon. Brian didn't mention it on this show, but so I'm going to mention it. I mentioned it at the top of the show in New York City. So those of you who drive cars, you want to stay away from the routes. You want to take public transportation to wherever you want to go. And if you want to be a spectator and watching it, you can do that too. All right. That's New York City Marathon. That's Sunday. That's Sunday. There's a lot happening this weekend, including setting your clocks back 1 hour. It's the end of daylight savings time. I want to remind you, I'm giving you all of this is the last time. I can't tell you this after this. Set your clock back 1 hour. When that clock strikes 2 a.m. Sunday morning, set it back an hour. It'll be 1 a.m. You get an extra hour's sleep. Now, if you don't want to wait up that late, and I don't blame you, do what I do. Start setting your clocks back in the afternoon on a Saturday. This way you won't have to worry about it. And then when you go to bed, you'll get an extra hour's sleep. No interruptions, right? So do that. That's happening as the end of daylight savings time, the beginning of Eastern Standard Time. Okay. Before we go, we have one movie for you. Just one, okay, that I pulled out of the box that I think you're going to like. I'm going to add on to your bucket list of what to watch for this weekend. And the movie that I have called The Manchurian Candidate. This is the original one from 1962, starring Frank Sinatra, Lawrence Harvey, and Janet Leigh. That's on Turner Classic Movies. You can check it out Saturday at 2:30 a.m. Eastern. If you're not up at that time, DVR it and watch it at your own time convenience. That's good. All right, you can do that. All right. Now, when you go on Turner Classic Movies, there may be other movies that you may like, that you may enjoy, that I didn't mention. You could do that too. Watch it or DVR it and watch it later. And of course, you can go on demand and watch some of the free movies and then some of the pay-per-view movies, all of that. There are a lot of pay-per-view movies, all of that is there. And then, of course, there are children programs, there's sporting events. I mentioned documentaries. If you like Lifetime movies, see what's available there. All the networks are there. You can see what they have there. And I think you'll like them all. All right. So keep that all in mind. All right. So let me mention this show once again. This movie. Now, this is the original. There are two versions of it. There's one with Denzel Washington. That's the updated version of The Manchurian Candidate. But this one is the original from 1962 with Frank Sinatra, Lawrence Harvey, and Janet Leigh. It's called The Manchurian Candidate. That's on Turner Classic Movies, and you can catch it Saturday. That's Friday night, Saturday morning, 2:30 a.m. Eastern, and it's right there on Turner Classic Movies. I hope you get a chance to watch it. It's a great movie, and I steer you no wrong in that direction, okay? Want to say hello to all of you once again. Thank you so much. Please, again, do your early voting. Thank you, Mary. and make sure that you vote for the right candidate of your choice, whoever you think that is. Okay, that's going to wrap it up for me. I'm going to come back on next Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. I hope you enjoy me for the Talk Back Live. Brian Camp will be along with me as well with the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update. And I hope to look forward to seeing you then. And again, you can catch me back here next Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern for more of the Coffee Hour. And it's you and me, Brian Camp again. We'll be here with sports, and I look forward to seeing you. One last time, get out and vote. It's very, very important. And I'm finished. And that's it. So until the next time we meet, ladies and gentlemen, have yourself a wonderful day and a wonderful weekend. And I'll see you then. Take care of yourself.
You've been watching the Coffee Hour with your host Frank Allan. The producer has been Al Dale. Technical assistant Dave Taylor. Research by Sandy Pierce. And I'm your announcer Donna Stenke. Thank you for joining us. And we'll see you next time on the Coffee Hour.